Okay, when I was 19, I was a sleepaway camp counselor at a 4-H camp on Long Island, and I was in lust with this other camp counselor. Now, during the day, it was all co-ed, but at night, it was separated. Literally, like a third of a mile, the boys' camp was on the other side of the woods. So I said, I'm going to sneak over to your cabin tonight. He's like, okay, but I mean, it's against the rules. We didn't want to get fired, but I'm like, fuck it, let me try. So it's through the woods and over the bridge, and he says he's the first cabin over the bridge. So I'm doing an army crawl, got sticks in my hair, go over the bridge, finally get to his cabin, and I go to open the door. It's a screen door, so it's squeaky, and it's pitch black at these camps. I mean, dark. So I open the door, goes, and he's like, shh. So he didn't want to wake his roommate, and we didn't want to get caught and get fired. So I sneak into his little bunk bed, right? We're quiet as mice. We do things, whatever. I go back to my side of the camp, didn't get caught, go in the morning to the pool where everybody is. I see him. I'm like, fun time last night, you know? He's like, what? I'm like, me, you last night? He goes, I didn't see you last night. Wrong cabin.
Let's do a kinda sorta witchcraft story time, but the only witchcraft is how much bullshit someone could spew out. And this time it's not about wrong information. So I knew this girl, and for reasons like what we're gonna talk about in this video, we don't get along anymore. She started accusing me of putting hexes on her. First off, I don't even do hexes at all. But she was going around telling everyone that she knew it was me because she knew my energy. She could feel it was my energy. She also had her boyfriend to egg on this. There was one time where I wasn't responding to her because I was asleep, and she took that to mean I was doing a hex at the time. That was the most productive nap I'd had in a while then. I was not the only one she was leveling these accusations at. She did it to these two other people, but went extra far and called CPS on them because she decided if they were doing hexes, they must also be abusing their children, but had no proof. Just people, y'all. Alright, so there's apparently a lot of new people who have been on my page recently. And I'm just letting y'all know, I go by he, him pronouns, I am trans. And if you misgender me in a comment, I will not answer your questions. If you go to multiple of my videos and comment, you sound like a girl, I will block you, even if you add, not intended to be rude, every time. It's still fucking rude. If you argue with people trying to correct you on my pronouns, I'm going to delete the comment thread. If you come back and start the argument again, I will block you. And I'm going to repeat, I do not care how many times you say in a comment, I'm not intending to be rude. If you say something that is flat out transphobic and rude, I'm going to say something. Or delete your comment. If you try and fight me about why it's not rude, I will block you. Take a hint. Some of y'all have been making me want to scream recently.
Today I was sad, so I decided to turn this $2 cutting board into a charcuterie board. The first thing I did was take out these wildflowers I had pressed about a week and a half ago. Then I took off the sticker and grabbed some extra fake flowers. I arranged all of my real flowers and my fake flowers exactly how I wanted them. Then I remembered I had these gems made out of extra iridescent resin, and I thought they'd be the perfect accents for this. When everything was arranged, I got my ancient hot glue gun and glued everything down securely. Then I mixed together my resin. I poured equal parts A and part B. Doesn't it look cool all separated before you mix up the two parts? The next thing I do is mix the resin completely until there are no streaks. Then I added in a little bit of silver flake and combined that thoroughly. I poured the resin in slowly so it wouldn't go over the edges of the wood. Here's some cinematic pouring for you. The last thing I did was take my tiny baby blowtorch and use it to get out some of the air bubbles. Here's my finished charcuterie board.
Alright, I got a little extra resin. I never want to forget about Yoo-Hoo, so you already know what I'm about to do. Alright, it's been 24 hours. I had it under that bucket so no dust would get on it.
Okay, so I always, find bugs in my pool, put them in resin, usually a lot of wasps, and everyone's like, oh my gosh, they're murder hornets, and I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure they're not. And then I found this one, and it is huge, like, it's literally giant. I don't know what it is. I live in Arizona, so it's kind of far. Like, I don't think it's a murder hornet, but, like, look, it's so big. What is it?
How to get more views in 2 steps. Step 1, if you like this video, go to the share button and hit copy link. This will show TikTok that this is a good quality video that is being shared, and it will push it to people's For You page.
Since some of you asshats can't watch a video for more than 10 seconds, this is all you get.
No one appreciates art on TikTok. And you know how I know that? Because 90% of people on the For You page have already skipped this video. Artists put hours of time into their videos, and they literally get like 5 likes. But then a half-naked boy walks into frame, and that's an easy 90,000 views. Let's support people who are creative and hardworking.
Alright, part 2. And I waited a couple days so I could do both of these, part 1, part 2, consecutively, so nobody gets mad. There's going to be some extra overhang on this. You can just slice that off with an X-Acto knife. That's what I do. Ignore that burn on my hand. But yeah, now part A and part B. We're going to gloss it with some epoxy. Shout out to the person that said polyurethane yellows because I didn't know that. So now I'm back to using resin again, so thank you. And don't worry about that hair. I got that. And here's the finished product. Y'all let me know what you think. I'll post this on my Etsy in a couple days. Love you.